Hello, everybody, and welcome along to a live pre-match chat ahead of Leeds United's clash with Tottenham Hotspur at Elland Road. We're live right now on YouTube and Facebook, so hello to all those who are tuning in right now. Make sure to get your comments in ahead of this game. I'm Ed McIntyre, and joining me from the Leeds TV's Bremner Square podcast is Leeds United fan Max Hunter. Max, hello, mate.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm good, yeah. I'm dry, so that's good.
Yes, it's very, very wet here in LS 12, very, very close to Elland Road here. So hopefully the pitch today holds up because, the pitch hasn't done too good with weather like this in recent weeks. So hopefully it holds up today. But no, I mean, the game today, Max, are you looking forward to
it? Yeah, it should be okay. It should be. I've just seen Tottenham's lineup, and it's worrying that they've got Bale, Ali, Son, and Kane all starting, and we haven't got Calvin Phillips. So, yeah, it's the rain might help today.
Yeah, maybe a few mistakes or something today, but I mean, yeah, I am quite nervous heading into this one. I mean, of course, we lost 2-0 to Brighton last week, ending our 6-game unbeaten run. A very, very poor performance, that one. What are your thoughts, firstly, Max, on the performance last week?
Last week, you could just really tell how important Rafinha and Calvin Phillips are. I mean, and for all those people that were doubting that Calvin Phillips isn't a player for England, just have to watch that game and just see how much of a cog Calvin Phillips is for Leeds. And I think he'll be a monumental cog for England in the Euros in a tournament format of 3 games in 10 days. And he's a better passer of the ball than Declan Rice. I mean, Declan Rice is a good footballer in his own way, but just to get things moving and get things moving quickly and get the ball to your best player in one pass, Calvin Phillips is probably the best man for the job.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, we certainly missed Calvin Phillips and Rafinha last week. Just not only Calvin Phillips' defensive duties, but coming forward, his balls out, and Rafinha, a quality of him, to receive those passes and do something going forward. Yeah, we certainly missed both of them last week, but they are both back today. It is an unchanged starting 11. From Marcelo Bielsa, which doesn't fill me with too much confidence, to be honest. So the lineup is Meslier, Ayling, Stewart, Llorente, Alioski, Robin Koch, Stuart Dallas, Harrison, Roberts, Click, and Bamford. But on the bench, it's a very strong bench, really. You've got Kiko Garcia, Leif Davis, Berardi, Shackleton, Calvin Phillips, Rafinha, Hernandez, Poveda, and Rodrigo. So it is a very, very strong bench from Leeds United today, which is fantastic to see. So yeah, good that Rafinha and Calvin Phillips have returned from their injuries. But Max, surely if they're fit enough to be on the bench, they're fit enough to start, aren't they?
I don't think so. I think it's better to have finishing stronger than it is to finish weaker. And I think if Rafinha can only play half an hour, 45 minutes, I'd rather have him on when Spurs are tiring. And it's maybe a bit more of a level playing field fitness-wise and energy-wise for Rafinha and Phillips compared to at the start when Spurs are probably the fitter, more energy.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. I mean, for me, I think, if a player's on the bench, then that they're okay to play, and if they're okay to play, then they're okay to start. But I certainly see your point there, and certainly if Rafinha and Calvin Phillips can only play a few minutes, then rather bring them on late and try and finish the game stronger. But if we're 4-0 down at that point, then what's the use of them really? So
keep them on the bench. Don't waste them. The game's gone, it's gone. But Bielsa don't think like that.
Yeah, but no. Hopefully the game doesn't get away from us today. But no, it's good to see those players return. Of course, Rodrigo on the bench as well. Hopefully he makes an impact as well. No Liam Cooper though, despite being the club captain and returning from a 3-match suspension, he is not involved, which is quite interesting to see. I don't know if that's an injury problem there, but if it isn't, Max, are you surprised to see Liam Cooper not involved?
No, it is an injury thing. Graham Smith from the YP said there was something wrong with his gluteus. So something wrong with his arse. So I don't know what that could be. I mean, if he was fit, he would have played.
Do you think?
Yeah, because I was a bit worried about what do we do with, because now now we've got, apart from Liam this week, we've got every central defender's fit and ready to go. I was a bit worried, like, where does Stroik's playing well, and Stroik's obviously young, so he'll be the future. And then you've got Koch and Llorente, who are internationals and looking very comfortable now. It's like, what's the future for Liam Cooper? Like, yes, he's captain, but is he just in the starting 11 because he's captain? So for next season, do we just sort of say, cheers, mate? Is it going to be like one of those captains, like just captain of the squad, not captain of the first 11? But yeah, he's against Man City. He proved that he can still, against Man City of all people, champions-elect, probably favourites for the Champions League, best team in the world right now. If it weren't for that red card, I think he would have got man of the match because he was performing amazing.
Yeah. It's certainly going to be interesting in the summer what we do with Liam Cooper, because this season I'm quite enjoying Diego Llorente, of course Robin Koch, both internationals, so they're good enough to start both of them. But I don't think Bielsa really liked two right-footed players in the centre backs positions. But Pascal Sturrock been performing incredibly this season. It's great to be seeing his progress. So yeah, where does that leave Liam Cooper? I think if he was fit, I don't think he'd be starting. I really, really don't. I think just Robin Koch, Llorente, and Sturrock, they've been performing as good as anyone really. So I would have kept the defence unchanged really. But yeah, no Liam Cooper, as you say, a problem with his backside. So hopefully he recovers from that quickly. But yeah, no, an unchanged lineup from Leeds today. Hopefully we can put in a good performance and continue our good home run, which we haven't really mentioned this season too much. We haven't had good home form this season, but going into this, 4 unbeaten in our last 4 home games. So it'll be great to continue that. Of course, the defeat last week dropped us down into 11th on 47 points, 1 point below Villa, who are in 10th, and they have a game in hand. So hopefully we can get a result today and go back into that top half. Let's have a look at the Tottenham Hotspur team then. So they've got Lloris in goal, France's second best goalkeeper, Aurier, Alderweireld, Dyer, Reguilon, Holberg, Dele Alli, Lo Celso, Gareth Bale, Heung-min Son, and Harry Kane. And on the bench, you've got Joe Hart, Sanchez, Doherty, Winks, Sissoko, and Ndombele, and a few others there as well. Very, very concerned about that starting 11. Seeing, Harry Kane, the Premier League's highest goal scorer this season, starts. He's got 26 goals and 15 assists in all competitions. Heung-min Son as well scored last week, and Gareth Bale as well scored a hat-trick last week. So they have a lot of threats, Max.
Yeah, but it was against Sheffield United, in fairness, who are under the stewardship of Paul Heckingbottom. So you can't take that at face as a key, as a sort of like, right, well, this is Tottenham. They've beating the mighty Sheffield United, so let's just take that result with a pinch of salt, I guess. But yeah, they are quality. They are a good team. I think is this probably the first time this season, or first time in a long time, that Bale, Ali, Kane, and Son have all started, and you've got Lo Celso, who's kind of like he's a good footballer. He's a good European footballer. He can play at the European level. Has a few goals, a few stunners in him that can change the game. But yeah, I think so. Them 4 with Lo Celso should be a good attacking threat. But I think Eric Dyer, that's the weakness in their team. He's on that documentary. He's like, I want to be a centre half. And admittedly, Mourinho is probably the best coach to go to be trained in your defensive qualities and turn yourself into centre half. But he's still rubbish. He's not very good. I won't pick him for England.
Yeah.
As a centre back, I won't pick him as a centre back. I'd rather play him at a holding midfielder. But there's Henderson, Phillips, and Rice ahead of him. So it's like, and Ward-Prowse ahead of him. So it's like, well, maybe that's why he wants to be a centre half. If he wants to play for England, he has to be a centre half. But he's not very good at it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't rate every time at all, really. But no, going forward, I mean, Spurs, can cause us a lot of problems. Certainly, you mentioned Jose Mourinho there, of course, sacked a few weeks ago, 6 days before the League Cup final, which was interesting. They replaced him with 29-year-old Ryan Mason, former Tottenham Hotspur midfielder. Of course, his career was cut short due to injury, which was unfortunate. But I mean, it's mad, isn't it? They've got a 29-year-old in charge. I mean, we've got Pablo Hernandez on our bench, who's 7 years older than him. Alioski starting, who's a year older than him. Like that's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, he's very much just filling the void, isn't he? His work experience of he was with the under-23s or the under-18s, just getting his badges, and now I imagine he was just in the corridor at the right time.
Yeah, Daniel Levy's just walking past him. He's like, "Don't want to be manager." Yeah, go on then. But no, I mean, his first league game last week, of course, against Sheffield United, who are already relegated, beating them 4-0. So Spurs are in good form actually. They've only lost one in the last 6 league games, so they'll certainly look to be continuing that run. They're 6th in the league on 56 points, just 2 points below West Ham, who are in 5th, and 5 points from the top 4. So with 4 games left of the season, Spurs will certainly be up for this and hoping to try and make a late push for a European place without a doubt. So Spurs going to be well up for it, and they've got a very good lineup. So I'm not really expecting much today. What are your expectations heading into today's game, Max?
I'm expecting a game of football that will last 90 minutes with 22 players on the pitch. I don't know. I don't really know what to expect. I don't think we'll win. I'll as we were talking before, I said I'll happily trade these 3 points to allow Rotherham United to get 3 points in their game against Cardiff. But I'm not. Maybe with Robin Koch in midfield, it might make us more defensive. Maybe he'll go with a back three of Koch, Struijk, and Llorente. See, that might change something. But I don't know if he will, because I think Kane plays up there by himself, and Son and everybody just comes in, just flurries with the attacking front line. So I don't know what he'll do, but I think I would go with go with a back three with Ayling and Alioski. Not adventurizing too much, but this is a very defensive, pragmatic tactics from me, and it's not Bielsa's style. But like I said, I don't think we'll win. I'll happily trade 3 points to allow Rotherham to beat Cardiff. Yeah.
I mean, it's certainly an interesting dilemma, isn't it? We've got Leeds versus Spurs, but then on Sky, you can watch Derby County versus Sheffield Wednesday. If Sheffield Wednesday win or draw and Rotherham win, then Sheffield Wednesday and Derby get relegated. So that could be quite nice to see. To be honest, I wouldn't trade a Leeds win for a Rotherham win. I want to see my team win, and I want to keep up. We're unbeaten against the top 6 at home this season. It'll be great to finish the season unbeaten against the top 6. So hopefully we can get a result today. But of course, the last time we played Spurs in January, the reverse fixture, they demolished us 3-0 in London with goals from Harry Kane, Son, and Toby Alderweireld. Spurs are looking to do the first league double over Leeds for the first time since the 2003-04 season. Of course, though, the last time we hosted Tottenham at Elland Road, we won in January 2013 FA Cup game. Luke Varney and Ross McCormack winning the game for us against a very strong Spurs side. They had the likes of Gareth Bale playing. So we won 2-1 that day to knock them out of the FA Cup.
It should have been 3-1 because. Shout
Rudy Austin,
Gareth Bale in his pocket the entire game, and then Rudy Austin had a shot from our penalty spot. It went in, but the referee blew his whistle as the ball was just going inside the penalty area. It's like, why don't you just let it roll?
Yeah, it should.
That's got Mike Dean behaviour all over it.
Yeah, absolutely. It certainly should have been 3-1. Yeah, absolutely. I still celebrated that goal going in, though. It was I was there that day. It was a very, very good win. What a goal from Ross McCormack that day, by the way. But in the league, though, we've just won 1 point in the last 6 Premier League games against Spurs. Spurs are currently on a 3-match winning streak against Leeds in the league, which is their longest in the fixture. And Spurs are also aiming for back-to-back league victories at Elland Road for the first time since October 1979. So, overall, Spurs have the better record against us, but hopefully we can...
The one thing about... obviously you're just doing your research and it's showing very well. But I don't like I hate the commentators when they go, well, such and such haven't won here since 03-04. I was like, well, they haven't played here since 03-04. They've won 5. They've won, like you said, haven't lost in the last 6 league games against Leeds. So well, 5 of those Leeds games, Leeds weren't very good. We got relegated one season, and the season before we just stayed up. So that's and again, it was 16, 17 years ago. Like, no offense against your stat, it's just I don't like them. Nothing against you. It's just like with the context of we were crap. And it was
but
17 years, 18 years ago.
You need to pay attention to it because you never know. History could be on our side in certain occasions. So sometimes it is nice to read out.
There's only James Milner still playing, isn't there, from that team?
Yes, I believe so. For Liverpool, he's played for, which is it's mental. But overall we don't have a good record against Spurs, but hopefully we can turn it around today. What's your score prediction, Max, heading into this one?
It'll be 2-0.
2
Spurs.
2-0 to Spurs. Come on, mate. Where's the optimism?
I've given my optimism to Rotherham. Rotherham are going to win 3-1, I reckon.
You've traded a Leeds win for a Rotherham win, so
we've achieved much. I think the main goal for Leeds, as a Leeds fan, I want Leeds to eclipse Sheffield United's 54 points of last season. We're on 47 now. And then we also get to see Derby and Sheffield Wednesday go down, so that's good. But I think we're still on target to get those 54 points. We don't need these 3 points; they're unnecessary today. They're not unnecessary, but we can still achieve the goal without these points today.
Yeah, I want Leeds to win. I want Leeds to win today. I certainly want us to get the 3 points today. I think it'll be an entertaining 4-3 win for Leeds. 7-goal thriller. I'll certainly take that. Hopefully, with the rain coming down, it could be an entertaining game. Hopefully, but we'll wrap it up there. Max, thank you very much for joining me. Very much appreciate it. Where can people find you?
On the internet. If you want to find me, I'm not very sellable. I haven't got much to say other than you can find me on the caption below or on Leeds local TV. Our podcast we go live every Sunday afternoon around 4 p.m. And if it's game's on a Sunday, it'll be on the Monday at like 7 p.m. So it's always the day after.
Nice. Yeah, definitely give him a subscribe and tune in. But thank you to everyone who's tuned in. Really do appreciate it. If you enjoy, make sure to give it a like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, take care and come on, Leeds.